Hey guys, this is Camfrey15 and I'm back at it with another video for you guys. And this is another One Piece arc reviews.
My goodness.
Why? Damn it, why? The One Piece gods have just told me I had to review this arc.
If you can call them gods at this point.
Yes, I know. I know. Anyways, we're here to record our do One Piece arc reviews of Long Ring, Long Land, and Water 7.
Okay, Water 7 is fine.
Okay. Yeah, Long Ring, Long Land, I don't I don't really like this. And to say that the anime makes it so much more worse is an understatement of the year. And I mean understatement of the year. I just can't. I just can't. Anyways, if you know what I'm talking about, let's get to it. So, obviously, we know the Straw Hat Pirates are leaving Skypiea. Now, like I said, I feel like the anime version, because they have the filler G8 arc, which we're not talking about, I feel like it transitions better than the manga version because they land in a marine base compared to, oh, they just land and they're on their seas. But you can take it whatever way you like. So, yeah, regardless, we're gonna move on from that. So, yeah, anyways, they end up
I
on the
know.
land of Long Ring, Long Land, where surprisingly things are long. Yep,
Surprisingly, isn't the name, man.
I know. Anyways, they run into this dude who's on these long bamboo stilts, who's been, I guess, stuck up there for 10 years.
Yeah, who knows how he's alive? Oh wait, he's been eating. Never mind.
His name is Tonjit. He has a horse named Shelly that he reunites with later on.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the geography of the island is it consists of 10 separate islands, which change seasons all throughout, which
Mm-hmm.
is interesting. So, yeah, I'm not much gonna talk much about this because we're trying to skim as fast as we can. And plus,
Yes,
this is kind of
please.
like a miniaturized arc here. It's not like over expanding knowledge that you need to know, other really than the tail end of this arc, which was probably the best thing about this arc.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the Straw Hats are chilling, and this pirate crew in this giant ship arrives on the island. And these guys are called the Foxy Pirates. And they're led by a guy by the name of Foxy.
Cameron, I won't. I'll never forget the many times he kept saying that he's my favorite and all that stuff.
Oh,
You,
I
you,
know he's your favorite.
Cameron, don't even joke about that.
Okay, okay. Anyways, moving on. He actually runs into Luffy and challenges Luffy to a Davy back fight. Now, Luffy declines the option to do this because he doesn't know what a Davy back fight is. And he's like, yeah, I'm not going to accept your thing. So the way to get Foxy, the way Foxy gets to have Luffy, I guess, do it regardless is he ends up shooting Shelly, Tonjit's horse. And we all know Luffy. It pisses Luffy off, and he gives in. So yeah. Now Luffy thinks the Davy back fight is a fight, but it's so not that. Anyways, here's the description of a Davy back fight. A W back fight is when two pirates, by their captains, accepting to do this, I guess you can say, matchup, is where they play a set of games, and depending on whoever loses, they lose a member of that crew, which can even include the captain himself.
Yes.
As well as they can even lose their Jolly Roger, which their Jolly Roger is their flag, essentially, which, yeah. Now, like I said, we're skimming so much through this stuff. Now, this is when things change between the anime and the manga. I wish I read the manga version of this first to save me time, but I just had to subject myself through the horrors of the anime.
It's probably just as bad in the manga, anyways.
I'll get to that. No, it's not. All right. So, anyways, throughout the games, which they do 3 games in the manga, in the anime, they do 6.
The, uh,
Anyways, throughout the games, we see Foxy. Now, okay, in Davy Back fights, you can't cheat, but Foxy's crew does cheating to win,
all the
and
time.
and most of the time it ends up winning or helping them
Mhm.
win, like the first matchup and a bunch of other matchups. Now, like I said, in the manga version, they only have 3 matchups, 3 games, which is the boat race, the little what looked to be like team soccer knockout battle royale type of thing that I remember, and then the Afro Luffy versus Foxy fight. In the anime, they draw it out. I'm not even going to really explain the other rounds because one, I forgot and I do not care to remember. All I remember is that, and then they had some kind of roller skating race,
Mhm.
which I don't know. Anyways, we see that Foxy does have a devil fruit, and his devil fruit is the Noro Noro no Mi, which no, it doesn't mean nose fruit, even though he
Because of his
has
nose.
them disguise looking nose. Um, it essentially means the slow fruit. Essentially, he sends like a beam at you, like with this motion. He's like slow beam, and if you get hit, you slow down.
Mhm.
And then I forgot how long it takes for it to wear off, but it wears off after a certain amount of time. And that's what they were using to cheat, essentially.
Mhm.
So, yeah. Like I said, now I'm only discussing the manga version. I'm only discussing the manga version because it saves time. I'm not discussing the damn anime. I'm not. All I gotta say is this: if you're watching Long Ring Long Land, do not watch the anime version. Just read the manga version. Get a Viz Media manga, app subscription, which is $1.99. Read the chapters for those arcs, and then you can go back to watching the anime. Do not waste your time with
Mhm.
that. Do not waste your time with that. Because I know when I was first watching it, I was about to say, aren't these games about to end? And the crazy thing, I'll just say this about the anime version. So they actually win all the rounds. Luffy Cruz wins 2 of the 3 rounds. Foxy is actually goading Luffy to do it again. And Luffy falls for it after his crew says, do not do it again. And Luffy does it again. And then you get 3 more episodes and 3 more games of it. And then you get the Afro Luffy fight versus Foxy. Okay, anyways, going on. In the first round, which is the boat round, the Straw Hats lose, and Chopper actually goes to Foxy's crew, which Portia, who is the new hot looking babe in the One Piece world at the time, is apparently in love with Chopper just because of how cuddly he is. I will give Portia something. She is a babe. That's all I gotta say. Now she's got to probably fix the Pinocchio looking nose, but okay. Um,
I mean, I've seen worse.
Okay. Also, I don't know. I never heard the Japanese version of Foxy's voice, but in his English dub, he sounds so fucking
Uh, his Japanese voice. Uh, mm, I don't know how to describe it. He just whenever he goes slow, he just goes slow beam.
to think that I have to review a special pertaining to the Foxy Pirates in Straw Hats again. Oh, that's if you don't know what that special is and you want to check that out, you want to get more Foxy, which is a Foxy's centered special. Yeah, go look up One Piece Adventure in Nebulando or Nebulanda. That's the special. I actually have it on DVD. Anyways, the second round actually goes to the Straw Hats after Zoro and Sanji legit get into a whole fist fight about things. So they gain Chopper back. Anyways, the final round is a battle royale, like one v one fight against the captains. Now,
Mhm.
though I will give the credit, it was funny to see Usopp treat Luffy like one, he's a boxer and he's his manager. And this is when we get the what I might say the strongest Luffy form to date, Afro Luffy.
Yeah, I guess. I guess.
So that was interesting. It's a nice little funny look. I do like the fact that they definitely played along with this. Like,
hmm
definitely played along with this. I don't know about you, Denzel, but I was laughing.
I think it's pretty manly in a way too.
Yes, and also Luffy has a skull tattoo before he gets the X tattoo or the X mark on his chest here. So
hmm
that too. Anyways, the fight was fine for what it was worth. It was a back and forth thing, even though, let's be honest, Luffy should have kicked this guy's ass. But I'll give Foxy credit. He hung in there and he took some pretty crazy shots.
hmm
Now, what was Foxy's downfall is he tries to use a robot in a way to kind of cheat again, but he uses a slow beam to try to affect Luffy, but it's reflected by this mirror and it hits Foxy and it makes him slow and Luffy ends up winning. So essentially, he kind of uses his own powers against him. Almost like how, the one dude from Skypiea, uh, you know, I forgot. I'm not. Anyways, now, what happens is he ends up taking his flag and he makes a whole new flag design for them. So it is funny and stuff like that. So yeah. Like I said, now also another anime difference, which I guess I kind of like the stakes. Before leading up to the final fight, the final like little bet was that Luffy would put up both of the captains would put up their entire crew to go to each other's crew.
hmm
Um, yeah, so that was nice. It was funny how in there Luffy ended up winning, and Foxy's crew, ended up trying to, go to Luffy, but Luffy was like, I only wanted a select number of people in my crew. I don't need all of you. And he's like, you can go back to him. So it was funny. So
Uh,
yeah. Anyways, that ends and they're gone. Thank God. And I don't have to see them till that One Piece special or hell One Piece Stampede, which they're in there for just homage
yeah,
purposes. They're
yeah, they don't
literally,
really do much.
yeah. If you watch One Piece Stampede, to say that Wapple and Foxy, the two useless characters in this entire show up in that movie, it's directly for homage reasons. And when I review One Piece Stampede, essentially One Piece Stampede is just celebrating the years of One Piece. That's what it
hmm
is. But I'm not going to talk about One Piece Stampede because I'm not reviewing the movies yet, although I did enjoy it. Um, anyways, this is when we get to the interesting part of the arc, which I loved. And after they're done with Foxy, they run into a very tall man sleeping. And this is when Robin sees him to say that we have never seen emotion or some kind of reaction out of Robin like that, where she is, what I might say, terrified, was a first when I saw this. And I was like, what's going on here? Is this her daddy? Well, in the anime, they kind of have the same skin. Well.
Oh yeah, well back then they did.
Yeah, back then until they changed the pigmentation on Robin's skin. Yeah, so what we find out through Robin is that this guy is named Aokiji, or Kuzan Aokiji, which is his full name. But now he goes by. Yeah. She also goes to mention he's one of the 3 Marine admirals, which are, let's just say, some of the top people in the Marine forces, which means they're very strong. So, yeah. Now, he wakes up, and he actually says, look, in the most laziest voice ever, too. He's like, well, I don't want to fight you guys and stuff like that. And my thing was, I just wanted to see where Nico Robin was headed after the Alabasta incident. So, yeah, they kind of been tracking the Straw Hats since then. And let's be known, to the world, the Straw Hats have felt like they've been gone because they were up in Skypiea and nobody knew about that. So, yeah. Now, we later find out Aokiji's Devil Fruit, he has Devil Fruit powers. And his Devil Fruit powers is the He no Mi, which in other words is the ice fruit. Now, he demonstrates his power by helping this tribe, go to the next island essentially through ice, because he freezes the entire ocean. Which, damn, I'm like, oh,
He's a Logia type, right?
Yes, he's a Logia. So I saw this, and when he froze the entire, well, not the entire ocean, but the ocean up to that point, I was like, yeah, I think you guys should leave. And stuff like that. Now, this is after he's done helping them. That's when he finally turns around and he does a complete 180 from what he originally said he was going to do. And he's like, you know what? I wasn't going to attack you. And you guys seem like nice guys, but listen, you guys are a threat to the world government, well, the world in general, and as well as Miss Nico Robin is also a threat to the world as well. So I'm just going to attack you now and bring you in. Now, he goes on to say that Robin is a threat to the world because she can read the poneglyphs, which, gets into world government business. And stuff like that. And he goes on to say that, before he starts attacking, he goes on to say that every crew or every group Nico Robin's been a part of, they have always either disbanded or they have never survived because of it, or because of her, after she left them. Well, Baroque Works was the last group to do that. And, yeah. He goes on attacking people, and Robin tries to attack him, but Aokiji turns into a frozen solid statue.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, hold on a second, guys. All right, back again. Anyways, so what happens next? After Robin turns into a frozen statue, Aokiji literally tries to step on her and kill her and end her life as all thing. But Luffy comes in, saves her. Yes, you can, if you're a Luffy x Robin shipper, which doesn't make no sense, but okay.
Yeah, I don't see why anyone would actually ship them just because he saved her. So I don't see. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, there are Robin x Luffy shippers. I'm not a part of that group, but I do like me Robin. How about we ship Cameron x Robin? I'm feeling that shit. Oh my goodness.
You might as well give me Hiyori then.
No, no.
Hear that, guys? He's a woman hog.
Oh, really? You're one to talk about your SAO little girls.
Says the guy hitting on the thickest girl in the squad, apparently.
Yes, Lifa, the thickest girl in the squad.
Is she the thickest girl in the squad, though?
Yes.
What do you guys think? Okay, we're not talking about SAO. Go on.
Yes. Okay. So, anyways, Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji all try to go and attack, but then their body parts essentially get frozen, and it hurts like hell for them. Probably because he like the frosted them to like I don't know -1 degrees or something like that, maybe even lower than that.
Lower.
So, yeah. Now, Usopp, Nami, Chopper, they end up taking Robin to. I'm not hungry. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. I was interrupted. Anyways, they take her back to the ship, so they put hot water on her to defrost her. Luffy actually tells Zoro and Sanji to leave as well, and stuff like that. Now, the one interesting point is that Aokiji mentions his grandfather, or Luffy's grandfather, which we don't know who it is yet. Now we know, but in the story purpose, we don't know. Now, Luffy took that pretty upsettingly, remark like, "How the hell do you know him?" and stuff like that. So, yeah. Anyways, Luffy ends up getting frozen solid in a pretty bad effort, and you could clearly see that he got owned like easily. But yeah, right before Aokiji is like gonna kill him, he spares Luffy's life because he defeated Crocodile and stuff like that. So yeah, and that's a nice thing. Now he says the crew will eventually be destroyed by Robin, anyways. So that's why he also lets them go. Another interesting tidbit before we talk about Water 7 is Usopp actually mentions and he wonders if, after this encounter with Aokiji, if there's going to be stronger guys ahead on their journey that will make the crew, done in for or, might settle their days as a pirate crew and stuff like that. And to say this starts, I guess you would say maybe the potential, leads into the breakup at Water 7. Yeah, it kind of has some implications there because, Usopp sounds like he really doesn't trust in his friends to, give it their all and try to win into a fight after this encounter. And I guess, like I said, I can't blame him, but you've been stuck with these guys for how many months? You should be like, well, you've dealt with some of the worst people ever, It's just, you gotta have more confidence in them. And I think even Luffy says, how can you not have confidence, in us then? So, which leads into Water 7. Now we get to Water 7, thank God. Long Ring, Long Land, other than the ending, F. Anything else you want to end? Or actually, before I talk about it, what are your thoughts of Aokiji when you first saw him?
I was like, okay, he's an admiral, so I'm supposing he is strong. And that I saw him in action, like when he froze Robin, I was like, just what is he? First he was all like cool and laid back, and then all of a sudden he started attacking them.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to predict his movements.
Okay, so we're finally. I guess you want me to just get past Long Ring, Long Land right now?
Please.
Okay. Yeah, we're totally gonna do that. We totally do not like that. And if you ask me, that is probably the lowest point in the Water 7 saga. And thank God that's really it. I still think Water 7, in my personal opinion, is the best One Piece saga. But that could turn it down a notch depending on how you feel. You might like Foxy. We don't. Anyways, we're here in Water 7. They arrive to Water 7, and the one thing they need to do is go to the shipwrights to fix their ship. Now, the one interesting thing about Water 7 is it's what it says in the name. It's a city filled by water, essentially. Like, honestly, the city looks like a giant fountain. Like, I'm not even joking. It's crazy. And the crazy thing is, it seems like a very well-established place to, live at, It's got its own mayor, everybody's nice to each other and stuff like that, and everybody's respectful. Heck, they even treat pirates fairly, as long as pirates don't, act up or do any dirty deeds and stuff like that. So, so they're looking for shipwrights to fix the ship. So, but first what they got to do is they got to convert the gold into berries. And the one interesting point about also this, Water 7 is it kind of looks like Italy and Venice, where, it has the canals and the boats with the yagatas, which are the animals that give a weird smile. But, okay. Anyways, now Luffy, Nami, and Usopp all go to convert the gold over to berries, while Sanji, Chopper, and Robin, they all leave the ship, and Zoro is just guarding the ship. Now, anyways, they cut over to what Luffy is doing with the others. So they go to this bank to convert their money into berries, and let's just say the banker tried to cheat them out of the money they were supposed to earn. But thank goodness Nami, with her smart idea and her smart brain for berries, knows, don't try to cheapskate us, loser. So, she kind of forces his hand to give them the right amount of berries, and I forgot the amount of berries, but they had a lot of berries. I think they had like 3 million berries or something like that. Yeah, I think that's what they had. If I'm wrong, put it in the comment section, but they had a lot of berries, which is enough to cover the cost for trying to get the ship fixed. Now, what happens is with Chopper and Robin, they're walking together around. Chopper had to go into this library to get this book for medicine purposes, but then that's when this hooded figure, or this dark figure, runs into Robin and tells her something, and it freaks Robin out. Next thing you know, when Chopper leaves the little library area to get his book, she's mysteriously gone. Like, gone. And I'm like, oh no. Now, in the meantime, there's this group called the Frankie family, and the Frankie family's little member sees that Luffy and crew have a bunch of freaking money. So, once Nami and the others arrive at the shipwrights yard, they run into some of the shipwrights, which are Rob Lucci, Paulie, what's the other guy? Kaku, and the person who runs the Water 7, the mayor, which is, what's the mayor's name again?
Iceberg.
Yes, with his lovely assistant, Khalifa.
Khalifa.
And no, not Khalifa from Dragon Ball Super, although she is fine within herself. But Khalifa from One Piece. Now, personally, if you ask me, I like it when her hair's down than her hair tied in a little bonbon.
It's Khalifa, not Khalifa.
Okay. Anyways, I want to say how it is. Now, at first, I thought the two were like some kind of dating type of thing. I like the shipwrights because they have their own unique personality as well, until they reveal who they really are. But now Paulie's probably got to be the funniest because he does not like women wearing these like skimpy outfits. which he keeps critiquing and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm sorry, but the part I know I'm kind of ahead, but when they get into the C train before Ennis Lobby, when he just can't handle the fact that Nami changed into the outfit she changed into, he lost his dang mind. So Polly's an interesting character. Yeah, I really do like Polly. He is what you might say a loyal person.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the Frankie family, actually takes their money by not paying attention. And I think this is the second time they take their money. They try to take the money. So they end up trying to take the money. But thanks to the shipwrights, the first time they stop him. The second time, literally Usopp's not paying attention and the money's gone. And Usopp tries to follow them and stuff like that. And now they actually sent Kaku to check up on the repairs of the ship. When Kaku gets there, what he does is he realizes and tells Zoro that the ship essentially is unfixable because the hull is been damaged beyond repair. That eventually word gets to Luffy and Nami, and he essentially tells him, yeah, you're going to have to get a new ship and stuff like that. So they're like, okay, I guess we'll have to get a new ship with the money. So then they turn around and they're like, wait, where's the money? And Usopp's gone along with the money and stuff like that. In the meantime, Usopp's chasing one of the Frankie family members, and he tried to get the money back, but he couldn't get the money back because he eventually got beat up by Mr. Leader of the Frankie family, the guy who always like, ow! Frankie himself.
Oh.
And it was a pretty brutal beatdown, to say the least, where Frankie beats him to a living pulp. So, yeah, I'm guessing when you first watched this, when you were seeing this, I bet you hated Frankie, huh?
Yes. I was hoping Usopp would win, but
So, okay. So one, if it isn't already bad enough that Robin is completely gone and stuff like that, that's bad enough as is. So, anyways, what happens next is they eventually find Usopp, and when they find Usopp, they see what he did. Now, what happened with Frankie is he took the money and he ended up spending that money on just things. So now that money's already gone. So when Luffy knows meet up with Usopp, Usopp tells him, that they took the money. And then in a really crazy scene, in a badass scene where it was almost similar to the walk to Arlong Park, they literally go into the Frankie family house and tear that thing down. So, it was crazy. It was crazy. Now, when Frankie comes back, he is heated. And he's like, hey, yo, who did this? And they're like, a dude in a straw hat. And stuff like that. Now, can I just say this? I love English dub Frankie because he's voice acted by the great Patrick Seitz. So, yeah. Now, I don't know why there's Oprah in the background, or opera, but okay.
I'm just putting on music. Sorry.
Anyways,
Okay, too distracting? Okay, I'll turn it off.
I was about to say, I was like, I'm not trying to listen to that. Anyways, now, okay, let's get serious now because this is one of the serious parts of this arc, and that is the leaving of Usopp. To say I did not see this coming and I was utterly shocked, I was like, oh, oh. Now, anyways, if you would like to, would you like to talk about this scene, Denzel?
Okay, the start of it all, after they took down Frankie's family home, Luffy decided that they should get a new ship and all that. Later, when they went back to their Going Merry ship, they treated Usopp and stuff. Usopp wakes up, and Luffy explains to everybody that they're gonna get a new ship and stuff. Usopp didn't take it very well.
Now, before you continue going on, now Usopp does make a mention about how the ship was always, by well, really his girlfriend. And he says that in previous arcs like Skypiea and stuff like that. And it's funny because other crew members like, yes, we know the dang story already. So yeah, but go on with what you were saying.
Yeah, so Usopp just suddenly started, like, I don't know, raging out like at Luffy's decision. But Luffy starts arguing back, saying like, and all that stuff. And it escalated to the point where Luffy straight up said, "Well, if you don't, if you don't like me as like, I don't know, like as the captain, then you can go on ahead and leave and stuff." Is that what he
Yeah,
said?
yeah. Essentially, it was
Yeah,
something
and then,
like that.
yeah, and that's where Sanji kicked Luffy in the face, and Sanji's like, "Be careful with what you say," and all that stuff. Luffy apologized, but Usopp was like, "No, you're right. I've been thinking about it for a while, and I come to the conclusion that I'm not, I don't know, I'm not good enough to be in the crew." Is that what he was saying, if I remember?
No, he was kind of saying though. He said like, well, if you feel like that, then I might as well just leave then.
Hmm. And as he walks out, he pretty much declares like a one-on-one fight against Luffy, and he'll come like later that night to face him.
Yes, and the winner gets the rights to the Going Merry. Yeah, man. Now, the reason why Usopp was upset is not only because the ship was gifted to him by Kaya, which, who wouldn't feel some sort of way about a girl you might like gives you a present, probably one of the best presents you could have ever obtained. And of course you'd be upset. But the other thing is, here the fact that how Luffy was like just willy-nilly just to get rid of it because he felt like the Mary was a part of the crew, which is a huge thing here, is that, the Mary was a part of a crew and it had a life to it and stuff like that. So yeah, now what happened now, all I gotta say is this was like I just did not speak. I was like, oh, shit just went down.
Hmm.
Now he comes back, and man, who would have thought that Luffy only got really 2 hits on Usopp? Yeah,
He still won.
he still won, but Luffy really didn't get much offense in on Usopp, to be honest. Usopp, for the most
Hmm.
part, got most of the offense, and heck, credit to Usopp. He was prepared for this fight, and it goes to show he knew his, well, at the time, former captain, then he already did know him better. So yeah. Yeah, it was so crazy to the point. He even used a dial, which I believe was a reflect dial, which even though it damages himself, a reject dial, even though it damages himself, it damaged Luffy like bad. But Luffy finishes him off with a Gum Gumino bullet. And yeah, that was it. And yeah, and that's
And
when.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
go
where
ahead.
Luffy. That's where Luffy. That's where Luffy goes and say like, Damn it, you can't even beat me to begin with, then. It's just like, Luffy just says, keep it going, Mary, and stuff. The rest of us are gonna get a new ship. That's where he says, goodbye, Usopp. It's been fun.
And in the meantime, he was crying like heavily because he lost his friend. And to say, and this is a crazy thing too, because we all now listen. Friends get into arguments, and sometimes friends get into these heated arguments over some topics that they disagree on, and sometimes it can be taken to the extreme where you have a falling out. Listen, this is some real life stuff between me and my co-host. There was a part in time where we had a falling out, and it looked like we were going to stop being friends. We won't get into the specifics why we fell out, but we had a time when we were still in high school. We almost fell out, and we stopped being friends. And it only took a few days to, rectify the situation and then talk it out, and then we were cool and stuff like that, And I'm not saying, it hasn't happened to a lot of people. A lot of people have arguments with their best friends, and sometimes they don't end up being friends again. Another long story. When I was younger, in elementary school, I had a friend, to say that I kind of said, some hurtful things to this person. And I guess I took it the wrong way because she told the teacher on me, which, again, credit to her. That's what you're supposed to do when you're a kid. And since I'm just a little kid, I'm being immature. And, we had a little bit of argument there, but then we resolved that issue, and stuff like that. It's just those real life elements, man. Those real life elements. And just to see this, I was like, damn. The one cool thing here I will say is that Zoro, that dude is a real, he is a dude that will stand by his captain, because he's like, well, I know you hate it and we all hate it too, but you're the captain and you have to stay stern with your decisions, regardless how you feel about them and stuff like that, which, Zoro's completely right. You're the captain of this crew. You're the reason why the people on the crew followed you on your journey, So whatever moves you make, they have to deal with it and accept with it, and stuff like that. Now, Chopper does leave a little bit of bandages for Usopp, even though technically, Sanji says, no, you can't do that. But, it goes to show, because it really goes to show that this is the part of the story where the Straw Hats really were in turmoil. It's already bad that Robin's gone and off wherever she's at, and now you just had another falling out. I'll give Water 7 its credit, man. They really, legit did into the internal breaking apart of the Straw Hat Pirates. Man, to say that they legit almost lost 2 crew members in this arc for a limited time, yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the following day is, one, the Straw Hats are, let's just say, classified as villains again, because it came over the news is that, Robin tried to assassinate Iceberg, which gets the Straw Hats into hot water. Now, everybody in Water 7 hates the Straw Hat Pirates to the point they're going after them. After them. And the crazy thing is this. Now they can't even get a new ship because the shipwrights won't work with these guys. So it's already bad enough they got no ship and they're stuck on an island. As bad enough as is. And now apparently the Straw Hats are also thinking, Robin freaking betrayed us. Was she using us this entire time? And that's when Zoro's like, well, we're going to have to get the answers. We're going to have to find her. Now, one, Sanji and Chopper, they do stop by the Mary a bit and kind of drop off some supplies, because what they find out is this. like I said, if it wasn't bad enough with what the hell's going on, also Luffy gets into a fight with Frankie, which was pretty cool. And this is also when we find out Frankie is a cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
Because one, he's spitting fire out and stuff like that. And him and Luffy have a pretty even matchup until, let's just say, the shipwrights get involved and start attacking them. Yeah, now going back to what happens is, now, like I said, if it wasn't bad enough, apparently there's also like essentially like a huge giant tsunami essentially called Aqua Laguna. Aqua Laguna. So yeah, that's going to submerge the area where Usopp's located at, the outskirts of Water 7, the junkyard essentially. And like I said, if that wasn't bad enough, they have to go into hiding while this storm is coming, or this hurricane. So at least one of the nice things that Chopper and Sanji do is they inform Usopp, like, hey, there's going to be a giant wave, it's coming, and you might want to get out of here and stuff like that and find cover. In the meantime, you also have, so it's just crazy. Now Usopp comes out like, huh, who said that? Now, on the way back, Chopper and Sanji actually run into Robin, and Robin actually is like, because now first they're like, hey, Robin, you can come back to the crew now. Look, I know what they're saying that you did. You didn't mean that you were doing. I know you didn't do that because you were trying to do what, the Straw Hats thought they were thinking. And this is when Robin says, I'm sorry, but I won't be returning to the crew. Whoa, what happened there? Blackout.
Yep, a blackout.
This is when Robin says, I'm sorry, but I won't be returning to the crew. Thank you for everything. And that's when she walks away in the shadows. Now, they chase after her, but she's gone. Like, gone. And I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like, no! Best girl! And stuff like that. So now Robin's completely gone. And yeah, now what happens later that night is the Straw Hats come up with a plan to talk to Iceberg and stuff like that. Now, I know earlier they talked to Iceberg about it, and he confirmed indeed it was Robin that did that. But they try to go to Iceberg again to see if Robin will head back there to try to assassinate him again. This is when we see these masked individuals breaking into Iceberg's little household and stuff like that with Robin. So they see that happen. Now, what happens with Luffy is he ends up getting stuck somewhere between two buildings, like an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, he eventually gets out. Now, what happens is the Polly and the others, Lucci and the others, the shipwrights, they're there to protect Iceberg, but then they dip and stuff like that. Now, they make it seem like they fake their deaths until, well, one of their people reveal themselves, and we see one of the guys, Bluno, who was the, I guess you could say, little pub guy. He essentially turns on them, and then when Luffy comes, he helps out. But yeah, now when things ensue, they get into the main room with actually Robin gets in there and stuff like that, and she's literally about to shoot freaking Iceberg to death and stuff like that. And Iceberg's questioning her like, "Why are you doing this? Like, why?" and stuff like that. And that's when Robin says, I just want to know the history, and I could, give a damn. I can't give a damn about the whole thing, about the entire world or anybody else. And this is when we get the revelations here that Robin essentially worked with these guys, which when they all reveal their masks, they're actually the shipwrights. Lucci, Kaku, Caulifla. They're all evil. Well, they're not evil.
Alifa!
Anyways, they're all revealed to be secret world government agents in this, group called CP9. And what they're looking for is the blueprints to this battleship called Pluton. Now, if you do your digging back to a few arcs ago, who was trying to get that same exact stuff? Oh, wait! Crocodile. So, the thing is, Pluton is revealed to be a battleship. And a very dangerous battleship that can blow up an island within the snap of my finger. And the world government wants to get their hands on it. Yeah. Now, the deal Robin made with CP9 is she would give her life up for the other Straw Hats to escape, because what happens is that Aokiji actually informed, the Marines and the world government is that, the Straw Hats are going to be headed to Water 7. So that's what we find out too, that Aokiji kind of leaked that information to them, which is how CP9 found Robin and kind of made her, well, I would say force her to do all this stuff. So yeah, and it was pretty crazy to hear Robin say, like, I don't give a damn about this world. If it's to save those guys, I do it, because they made me, feel much more different. And even Iceberg's like, you're a monster. How could you do that for them? Now, it goes to show that Robin did care about them, but still, it's kind of messed up that she's like, I don't give a damn about this world now. When we get to the backstory, we understand why she doesn't like the world as is, because they kind of outcasted her. Now, the other Straw Hats show up. They end up fighting Lucci, and to say he turns into a big cat man. Yeah, he has devil fruit Zoan. No, yeah, he has Zoan devil fruit powers. The cat fruit leopard version, and literally almost kills Luffy and Zoro in one blow. Mostly because they have these attacks called, well, one of them called Finger Pistol, and another one is called Moonwalk. So, yeah. These guys are no joke, and Luffy and Zoro both get thrown out of the building and stuff like that. Now, they don't end up getting the blueprints and stuff like that. Now, what we find out is Iceberg does not have the real blueprints to Pluton. The person who has the real blueprints, what we find out is a guy by the name of Cutty Flam. I cannot believe I said that name. And we find out that Cutty Flam is Frankie himself. And he faked his name as Frankie to hide the blueprints, because they go on to say, yeah, this guy named Cutty Flam was killed by the C Train, which actually, I totally forgot about the C Train. Yeah, they also run into this. They run into this old lady with her little niece and stuff like that, or grandchild, Kokoro, Granny Kokoro. She is funny and she drinks a lot, and stuff like that. So yeah. Also, she has her grandchild with her cat. Although it looks like a damn bunny, but okay. Anyways, what happens next is they head over to, after wrecking Luffy and Zoro, they head over to Frankie's place, where Frankie and Usopp actually meet up. Usopp actually Frankie tells Usopp, yeah, your ship isn't fixed, dude. You can't, it's beyond, fixable. And Usopp, he even knew that. And when he says, and even Frankie asked him, like, well, if you knew the ship was unfixable, why would you break up with your friends then? Which I was like, yeah, you are right. Why would you break up with your friends knowing that you would need a new ship? Ding Dong, Avon, CP9 literally kicks the door open. I'm not even joking. They kick the door open and they're coming for Frankie. Now, actually, before that, Usopp tells Frankie that apparently there was a mysterious person in Skypiea that fixed their ship. And what Frankie says, oh, you saw what I believe it's called Cloffelman or something like that. I'll look it up and I'll be ready for next week to tell you. And essentially what Frankie says, apparently it's a little like angel-like creature that is essentially the spirit of the ship, which is very crazy. So that's what that little character was in the silhouette form and stuff like that. Essentially it was the spirit of the ship, which there is a special regarding the Enies Lobby and Water 7 arcs called Episode of Mary. So, yeah. Anyways, they kick the door open, and CP9 attacks Cuddy Flam or Frankie or however you want to call him. I'm just going to call him Frankie. The fact that an annoying character calls him Cuddy Flam all the time is, let's just say, annoying. Now, they attack him. They beat up Frankie and Usopp, and Frankie and Usopp stand no chance. They take the blueprints to Pluton, and they leave for the sea train with Robin. And Robin is on her way to the Judgment Island known as Enies Lobby through the sea train, because the sea train has a direct route to Enies Lobby, and they're leaving before Aqua Laguna hits. Now, in the meantime, the storm's already coming on, and it's about to happen and stuff like that. So, yeah. Now, I think we're going to end the video off here because I want to save the sea train stuff for Enies Lobby because that kind of leads into Enies Lobby as well. And essentially the last thing you see Sanji at the sea train station, obviously seeing that Robin's on the sea train. And I think this is where we're going to cut our video short here and save the sea train battles for the Enies Lobby arc. Even though the sea train is still kind of part of Water 7, I want to save that more for Enies Lobby. But yeah, just seeing this arc, oh my God, I was like, this is getting crazy. Robin's being taken away. The Straws got fisted again. No more Usopp and Straw. I was like, oh my God, this is good.
Feel you, man. I feel you.
I'm sorry. If you're a person that hates Water 7, get out of here. Leave your room. Leave. You can just leave. Because Water 7 has one of the best buildups to one of, I wouldn't say best arcs, but a really good arc in Enies Lobby. It has one of the best buildups and stuff like that, which it makes me actually appreciate Water 7 a lot, and honestly it makes me like Water 7 more than Enies Lobby, now thinking back at it. But, man,
That's a bit dark telling them to get out.
Well, I guess so. Man, this is like, Water 7 was pretty dark. Bro, I saw this arc, I was like, I just wanted to keep watching more and more and more to see what happened. I don't know about you, but that was just me.
Yeah, I've been like going and going, but I guess I've been keeping going because I've been pressured to finally catch up with One Piece because of you.
Yeah, so man, Water 7 was good, especially coming off Long Ring Long Land. I'm like, Oda, I don't know what you're doing, but this is fantastic. So next week, for next Monday's video, we'll be talking about Enies Lobby and post-Enies Lobby, which mostly talks about the amazing fights going on in Enies Lobby, as well as, that great Luffy fight. As well as post-Enies Lobby, where we get world building to certain characters and, certain characters that we even see today. And also sets up Marineford. That's all I gotta say. Anything else you gotta say, Denzel?
Oh man, all I can say is this arc is crazy.
All right, we're gonna go out here. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your night. Other than that, we're gonna catch you guys next Monday for what I can't definitely not wait to talk about, and that is Ennis Lobby and post Ennis Lobby. And then after that, we'll be talking about Thriller Bark. Yes, I don't like Thriller Bark.
It's not that bad. I mean,
Thriller
I enjoyed
Bark.
it for what it's worth.
Yeah. Okay. Before I end the thing, Thriller Bark. I think it's okay. I still don't like it. I think it's because Moria killed it for me. Moria was terrible. I'm sorry. Moria was. Don't remind me. We're not talking Thriller Bark. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your day. So till then, guys, this has been Camry 15.
And the Red Wolf.
And we're signing out. Hopefully you leave a like on the video. Put in the comment section your thoughts on Long Ring, Long Land, and Water 7. Also hit that subscribe button to get more One Piece arc reviews as well as One Piece anime reviews, because it seems like next week for the One Piece anime in Wano, it's definitely going to heat up. So we're going to get out of here. Hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your evening. So till then, guys, peace.
Peace.